All right, I'm Brendan Riley.
I'm Tristan Keel.
I'm Will Zitnik.
I'm Cameron Ansavino.
And we're How About Them?
How about the Cowboys? How about the Cowboys?
Now batting, Randy Salas.
Oh, my leg, I'm suing y'all, it hurts, oh my god, jeez, ow.
The plaintiff in this case is Randy and Gail Salas. The defendants are the City of Bossier City, its insurer, the American Guarantee and Liability Insurance Company, NSA, its insurer, Trans-American Insurance Company, and the regional director, Don Farrar. The volume of this case is SO.2D.1333. The page number was 680. The reporter was Judge Brown, and the court was heard by the Louisiana Appellate Second Circuit, 1996.
All right, so some of the facts about the case. There was heavy rain on the first day of the tournament. Only 2 of the 4 fields were used for play on the second day of the tournament because of the rainfall. Randy Salas' knee did get torn open, and then the softball tournament was sponsored by the NSA, and the field was owned by the City of Bossier City.
So the plaintiff, Randy Salas, was playing in the 1991 Rose Classic softball tournament at Tinsley Park in the City of Bossier City. He hit a ground ball to the right side of the field, and the second baseman fielded the ball and made a throw to the first baseman, who then had to lean forward to catch the ball and forced Randy Salas to slide early. When he did, his knee hit a metal peg in the field, and he hurt his knee.
The court's deposition of the case was the plaintiff was awarded $9,000 from the city.
So the duty owed by the manager of the facility is to commensurate with ordinary and reasonable care under the circumstances.
So the elements that had to be satisfied for the case were negligence, strict liability, and imposed negligence liability on the city.
Installing base pegs is a common practice on recreational sport fields because it allows multiple uses for one single field. This impacts the case because if the field didn't have these base pegs to start with, there wouldn't have been a case at all. The decision was found that the NSA and Don Farrar were ultimately not negligent, but the City of Bossier City was found negligent.
The NSA and Don Farrar did not know about the dangerous conditions of the playing field. Therefore, they had no duty to the plaintiff to prevent his injury.
The one major step that the city should have taken was to put the rubber caps on the metal pegs used for the bases.
So the 3 main implications were that different weather conditions could have caused different issues in the playing surfaces. All safety concerns on the playing field should have been properly dealt with before the tournament or play began. And the city should have been aware in general that the conditions of the field made the possibility of the metal pegs to be protruding and on the playing surface.
One of the things we looked into while doing this is how does this impact the sports world? So Tristan and Brendan, how do you guys think this impacts the sports world moving forward?
This affects the sports world by creating guidelines field owners must follow to keep participants safe. Since this happened, fields are going to be managed better, especially when it comes to base pegs, to keep those who are playing at less of a risk of getting injured.
What about you, Brendan?
Yeah, I think you see it a lot in multi-purpose fields that are used for recreational purposes, whether it be different base lengths for softball or Little League or even baseball. I think it's important now. I think people are going to realize that they have to take the correct course of actions in order to prevent injuries and kind of stop people from getting hurt on their fields.
Cam, are there any cases similar to this that you found in the sports world?
Yeah, so actually, there was a case at Texas Christian University about a football player, receiver. He sued the school, his coach, and other employees at the university after alleging that they forced him to play through an injury. So the case involved Colby Listenby, and he filed the suit stating that the head coach, Gary Patterson, and others were negligent in dealing with an injury to his pelvic area. Listenby claimed that he was harassed, humiliated, and pressured by the coaches to play, even though he was still in pain. Then he also claimed that the steroid shots that were given to him to play eventually caused more damage to his pelvic area, and ultimately not allowed him to play in the NFL. Listenby did not know the effects of these shots. This relates to our case because both of the cases involve negligence. In our case, the city was negligent in preparing the field and having unsafe playing conditions. With the TCU case, the training staff and the coaches were negligent in forcing Listenby to play, along with giving him the shots that caused future problems.
All right, so Will, why do you think the city was negligent?
The city was negligent in this case because they rushed the players onto the field after it rained the previous day, and they didn't put the rubber casings on the base pegs, in this case, which resulted in the plaintiff, Salas, getting hurt.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!